Hello everybody and welcome back to a new update from the heart of Lego City. Today I'm going to electrify the elevated railway and I'm going to use copper foil tape for that. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm also going to work on the under construction, or at least I'm going to experiment with some designs there. But for now, let's start with electrifying those tracks. Now the way I'm going to electrify those rails, those train tracks, is different from the one Lego used to do, because Lego sort of has a metal cover directly printed onto the rail, and that is actually not necessary, because if you look closely you can see that the electricity is not taken from the top of the rail, but rather from the inner side of the rail. So if my calculations are right, the top of the rail does not need to be electrified. There has to be no copper tape, no copper foil on top of that, but just on the inside. And that is, of course, easier in terms of applying, and especially easier when applying it in curves, because otherwise in curves I would maybe have to bend it a lot, the tape, or I would have to use a lot of different segments. But now I can just apply it on the inside, on the inner curve like that, and that is going to cause no problems at all. So as you can see, this tape is pretty wide. It is actually a bit wider than the inner part of such a track, just a little bit, and the wheels of the 9-volt motor is actually not reaching that far down, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the tape right in the center, so that I have basically doubled this amount of tape available for electrifying my tracks. So I'm going to start with separating the tape, and then I'm going to apply it, and then I'm going to get back to you. As you can see, I have cut the foil in two, the copper foil, and now I'm going to apply it to the elevated train tracks. And I'm going to start applying the copper foil in this area right here, because that is the place, that is the spot where I'm going to connect the train tracks to the source of energy, and then I'm going to move forward and apply the copper foil to all the train tracks that have been built so far. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to get back to you. And now just a quick update in the middle of the work in progress here. So I'm just rolling the copper foil off the roll there, and then here I am disconnecting it from the paper background. And then here I'm using a mirror, because right now I am applying it to the inner side, and it's a bit difficult to see whether I'm actually applying it right or whether I have ups and downs there. That mirror is held with a normal panel there. So that is just a quick insight on how I'm doing this for anyone who might want to do that as well. But now I'm going to continue, still got a lot of work to do, and then I'm going to get back to you. Now, as you can see, I have applied the copper foil not only to the inner track, but also the outer track of the circle line, of the elevated circle line in this city. And the reason for that is that I didn't apply it well on the inner circle, on the inner track, and therefore I had to test it whether it was me or the copper foil that was not working right, and turns out it was me, so I applied it again on the outer circle, and that works perfectly fine. I'm going to show you that in a minute. On the inner circle, I then removed the foil again and applied it back. Now it's better, but it's still not running without problems, because here and there the copper foil broke, so I had to stitch it up, and it doesn't run as smoothly as it does on the outer circle, on the outer track, and that is what I'm going to show you right now. So as you can see, the 9-volt motor runs pretty smoothly on what has been equipped with the copper foil so far, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. As you can see here, I have tried something with an under construction, and I think that looks okay, but it does not work with those curves because there's not enough space there. So if I'm going to apply some kind of under construction, it's going to be at first only in the highly visible area of the elevated railway line, and once we get behind the buildings, then I'm going to stop for now, because that is very part intensive and stuff like that. But for now, the priority is to get the elevated trains here on track, to get the elevated train track itself done, finished. I mean, we don't have the full circle yet, and the main goal right now is to get this elevated train track done. We have about a third now, so still a lot to go. So that is the priority for now. So thank you for watching. Have a good day. Have a great time. And I see you in the next video. Bye.